I have for y'all today is the Garant 10 here. Six barrels, 5 finger pins. There's no way that I can film this without being in the way while filming. At least a little bit, because I gotta look down this keyway. Yeah, it's just all bad. Let me try and scoot this back for you a little bit. And there's just no way I can do this without being in the way a little bit. I've got 2 pulls and a middle rotation, which you'll see me doing here. And then 2 pushes. Ooh, that one's binding pretty hard. Go figure it doesn't stay up though. Alright. And then I've got to go back to these pins up here after I mess with the finger pins a little bit. Anybody who has a lock that doesn't isolate, this is how you deal with it. You just go pins, fingers, pins, fingers, pins, fingers, until eventually you start to get somewhere. Eventually you'll have the right things at the right spot for the finger pins to bind, and if you can get the finger pins to all set so the sidebar can retract a little bit. Alright, so that finger pin gave me some core rotation. Ooh, that one gave me a lot of core rotation. Which means they're probably all done, and that core rotation was the sidebar retracting. The front retracted, and then the back retracted. And that's why I got 2 little bits of core rotation. This can be confusing because some people get the first bit, think your sidebar's done. Always check the other finger pins. Make sure they're all set. One, 2, 3. Four is set. Alright, now we break out the bully, the flat medium Jimmy Longs, which I use for one reason and one reason only in this lock, and that's the bully pin 5 in the set. 1 is set, 2 is set, 3 is set, 4 is set, 5 is the one that's not. Alright, now 5 is set. So we go back to the short hook. We get pin 6 to go up a little bit there. But I lost 5 when I put 6 up. Okay. So this should be an open right here now. There we go. Bang. All right. As we can see, this is opened. We're going to do this. All right. Get out the proper screwdriver bit to take this apart. I was doing Japanese stuff, go figure. I was doing Japanese. And then we need this T8 because Asa likes proprietary stuff. As we can see, this is picked. Lock it up. All right. So glad this is barrels. All right, we're going to start with the sidebar. I'm sorry, I need to get my good tweezers out. Start with the sidebar and sidebar springs here. Damn it. Ping that sidebar spring over there, which is not good. All right. Now we'll do key pins first. And 6. Key pins first. Now we're going to do the finger pins quick though. I have my girlfriend muted on the phone right now, which is what you probably hear if you hear anything. Just so I can talk to you guys while I do this. This lock does not isolate well, as you saw. I had to go back 4 fingers pins, fingers, pins, fingers, pins, which is just kind of how you have to do this thing. This is a Ruko, so it has the tiny, tiny, tiny barrels in it. Bam. Oh, these springs like to get stuck in there. It's the same one every time. This spring on pin 1, I don't know why. But it does like to get stuck. There we go. All right, now let's go over this. Housing. Nothing special about the housing here. Sidebar slot. Looks like some drill protection stuff up there. On top. Then let's take a look at this sidebar, because this is interesting. It's serrated the opposite way. So these pins are actually kind of easy to spin, but it's almost worse because you knock them every which way when you're in there. They're actually serrated across. They do still grab on the corners fairly well. Then we're going to look at one of these finger pins just to see it. As we can see, they are serrated a little bit. Well, not a little bit. Pretty deep, actually. And yeah. Alright, we can see the gates on all of them. Now we're going to look at this milling. It's milled on both sides. I will take a pick and click it for you. Yeah. And then we'll get you a close-up on all the pins and everything. Now the last thing I would like to do real quick is shout out to Burn for these. Burn B1. This flag here, this small one, is the equivalent of a 10 and 11. It's a neutral flag. These are left and right. This one is, it's a little bit the wrong direction for picking twins, but it's pretty much a neutral flag. These things are absolutely top notch. I love this. I could bully those finger pins spinning wise so well with this. If he ever, and I hear he's starting to knurl these. He says he's going to send me one. I'd love to see it, because that's the only issue I have sometimes, is I don't have anything to grab. But they're still not that slick. Look, he even put a little W on the bottom of them for me. For white. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah, you can. A little bit. Burn flags. The B1 flags. I don't know what he was calling them. top notch. If you have a chance to get some from him, get them. All right, guys. Bye.